BlackBusters.
What's cracking, family? We are back. I'm excited, man. I'm your host, Big Ja, and this is my co-host,
Tone Lowrey.
Tone Lowrey. I had a feeling you were gonna be
Lowrey.
doing that. Tone Lowrey.
Lowrey.
Hey, man, and welcome to BlackBusters, the best movie review podcast in the world.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig.
Yes, sir.
Support that, you know.
Is it? Okay. Is that what it is? I'm saying the best.
I ain't gonna deny it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right, man.
I see your face.
That's what you say.
Right, especially now that you're involved in it, man. I have a special guest, and I'm excited to hear your take, bro, because I like how you break down things, man. I've seen you break down a few films as well, and I dug it. I dug it a lot.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
man.
sir, man. Brother Keon Poley.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
All that. Yes,
Yeah, fires.
Yes.
baby. Yeah, all that. Oh man, welcome, bro. Welcome,
Thanks
man.
for having me, bro.
I know I tried to get you on here about a month ago. And busy, man. We all busy. We all doing our things, bro. And kids, families, and all that. And so I'm glad to have you here.
Nah, man, it's dope.
Yes, sir, bro. Thank you for pulling up and tapping in, man.
Nah, thanks for having me, man. The glow up is beautiful, man.
Thank you.
I still remember we was coming out of Marty's, and I was like, Ja, this is what 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you want to do? He was like, nah, man, I went to film school. My focus is to do like these sketches, and I'm do some stuff, man. And then fast forward, I was
Here
like,
we go.
Man.
he really did it.
Yeah.
he did it.
Bro. Appreciate you, brother.
He did it.
Yeah, we doing it, man. You doing your thing as well, man. You know what I'm saying?
Trying.
Before we even get any further, man, follow you on all platforms, which is what?
Keon Poley, just my name. On everything.
Keon Poley, Keon. Because sometimes folks like, how you spell Keon?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how people mess up both names. Like my last name, it sounds exactly like it's spelled. Poley. P-O-L-E-E.
Well, some people can think
people be like,
P-O-L-Y, though.
Yeah.
They be like, no, that's fine. But I'm talking when they read it. They be like, Pooly. I'm like, where are you getting this from?
That's just idiots.
P-O. I was like, how?
Some people struggle with vowels,
Right.
right? Like,
right.
vowels fuck them up.
Pile, but nah, come on, bro.
Is this one silent? Yeah, you
Yes.
know.
Follow him on all platforms: TikTok, IG, Facebook, YouTube for sure.
Oh, no,
You know what I'm saying? Twitter.
Yep.
And check his stuff out, man. He's a hilarious dude, very witty comedy, a great comic.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Man, let's get into it.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Let's do it.
We are doing. You heard brother Lowrey, Tone Lowrey.
Tone
And
Lowrey.
if you know anything about black films that we like we do, you would understand and you get the hint that we're talking about Bad Boys. That's the movie we doing today. Bad Boys 1.
You're about to say the first one, right?
Yeah,
First
the
one.
first one.
First
one.
Got to start off with the first one, man. Bad Boys is starring Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. All right. Those two guys, film was done in 1995. A great time to be alive, man. That's when films were coming out, black films for sure.
90s was
90s,
Black
mid-90s.
McGee.
Come on.
Golden era.
All my crushes. The 90s.
Golden era.
Yes.
Used a lot of lotion in the 90s. So
There
now
he is. A lot of lotion.
Ooh,
A
they had
lot of
baddies in the
self-healing.
90s.
That's
man.
great. Yes, that's great.
Yes.
Man.
Excuse me. Yes, indeed. Pardon me. Yes, and lotion indeed for sure.
Oh.
90s was a good
So
time.
many.
Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, they play cops. And of course, you guys, Bad Boys is such a classic film. People have been watching it. People watched it since day one. It comes on all the streaming platforms.
It's on Stars right now, I think.
It's on Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Boys. Martin Lawrence plays Marcus Burnett. Will Smith plays Mike Lowrey.
Wow.
Mike
Wow.
Lowrey.
They're partners. They're police officers in Miami, Florida, and they're narcotic detectives. You know what I'm saying? So, movie's dope. Action. It's a dramedy, right? Or action comedy. What would you call it?
I'd have to go action comedy.
Action
Because
comedy.
dramedy, nah.
Action
Okay.
comedy.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
action comedy.
Action comedy.
Yeah.
Boom.
Michael Bay directed. So it's
Yes,
got
he
all the
did.
classic Michael Bay-isms.
Crime comedy. It says action comedy crime.
Yeah. that makes
Boom.
sense.
Two hip detectives. Two hip detectives. I'm about to say
Yeah.
hip hop detectives.
Well, one of them
Sound like the
One of
studio.
them is, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
True. Two hip detectives protect a witness to a murder while investigating a case of stolen heroin from the evidence storage room from their police precinct. Damn. Michael Bay directed this film. So of course it was full of action, gunfire.
But it wasn't over the top, though.
It wasn't.
Part
wasn't.
2 was over the top.
Oh,
This?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Later.
All right,
Later.
all right.
You know what I'm saying? This movie was dope. I think it was funny. It was What'd you think when you first saw Bad Boys for the first time and you saw Martin? We seen Will in Independence Day. We seen Will play serious action hero type guy.
It's interesting because I think this is the movie that made Will Smith. Right?
Okay.
Let me give you the timeline.
He's high tech tone, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So we have 6 Degrees of Separation in 93. Right? Will is already doing Fresh Prince.
Right.
It goes Bad Boys in 95. Independence Day 96.
Independence Day was after.
Men in Black in 97.
But Independence Day is the one that really had him stratosphere.
It's interesting because it's the one that launched him in the stratosphere for sure. But I think Bad Boys is the one where you could first see Will Smith as something other than the goofy rapper. You know what I mean? Like, he was handsome in this movie.
Right. He was
a sex symbol. He was an action star. Like the shot of him sprinting down the street, with the shirt open.
The Mel Gibson.
That's to me. I could see studio heads saying,
"That's our star.
This is our star.
Right. He's here.
This is our star."
So I will agree that this one set the table for Independence Day because they're like, "You gonna lead this? You're the guy.
Right?
You can. Guys are gonna want to be you. Girls are gonna want to smash. Like you're
same deal.
You're the guy now." And I think they needed this movie to see that to get all his other stuff. So I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So
I mean, it'll be interesting. Like, we'd have to really dig into the weeds to find out if he was cast for Independence Day. Before Bad Boys came out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Did they see this already before Bad Boys?
Exactly. So, but I think that like Bad Boys establishes, and I think that Bad Boys allows Martin to go on the run that he goes on. Because Martin gets to make a lot more of these kind of, movies. They get a little bit campier, like, in terms of Blue Streak and some of these others.
National Security.
But I think this movie showed that both of these guys could be leading men in Hollywood.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is his first action too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Martin.
I felt like not only were they trying to, I don't know, like you said, I don't know which one got booked first, if they casted him or whatever. I know they talked about it somewhere, but I don't have the information. Right. But I do feel like it was a concerted effort because that opening scene, I was like, who wrote this, Cat Williams? Like the amount of cussing they did, like almost to like prove like this is an adult. This is not safe, Will. This is not
sitcom.
Yep.
It was like so much that I was like, what? No one talks like this.
Yeah.
Like no one this much cussing.
That's a great point.
And it was like I was like, yo, why? Because I remember feeling that. Like, why is the Fresh Prince cussing this much?
It was
the pivot.
It was over the top.
I think it was the pivot.
It was like, yo, we need this
to get away from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right, which is campy, and of course his music, which was campier, right?
Yeah.
I think this was the pivot. I think it was like, listen, we're going to make you a certified star. And I think, again, it's 95. Studios are taking chances with these type of films. Yeah. I feel like this was a take a chance movie, right? Like, let's try
Martin Lawrence, comedian.
Right.
Will Smith,
rapper,
actor. Nice rapper, a clean rapper.
Yeah,
I mean, Martin has the show at this point. It's interesting. They're both coming from similar places. Martin hasn't done a lot in terms of film.
Right,
he's House Party, but he was
always a side character. In his
Boomerang. Yeah. He's got the You So Crazy.
Yeah,
but like this is his big one too.
Yeah,
right. So it's just like they're both kind of like very popular. They're both on network TV. Let's put them in something different.
They was like the blacks love them.
The blacks, look at these Fox numbers.
Let's throw them together and go.
And I wonder if this is true. I heard that Martin was on the cast first, and I could be wrong. Yeah, and then he asked for, he's the one reason why Will Smith is here.
Yeah.
I believe.
I feel like
I don't think it's the other way around, but I think that's the case.
Yeah, I think when they were promoting Bad Boys for Life, I feel like Will went live and told that story. But I've heard that before. That like that was the ask, and they got along well enough to be like, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I mean, it makes so much sense. Because they had the hottest shows out, black shows out at that time.
And the movie is really Martin's movie. When you really think about it, like, the narrative is driven by Martin, right? Like, it's Martin's home life.
Hold on.
Martin has more screen time than Will Smith in this movie. you know, it almost kind of feels like a Martin movie, right?
This is why I don't know if it does.
Okay.
Because I get that initially, but I almost agree with you. I'm like, but what about this whole thing kicks off because he gets this girl that has a crush on him involved in like on some spy shit, and she gets murdered. That if he didn't know the girl, they would still go on the whole tirade of finding out where the heroin is,
right,
and find out who killed her. I get all that, but the fact that it's personal to him, and we don't see him because he goes off by himself to where he's trying to find out what's going on, who killed his homegirl by himself, and now Marcus Burnett has to be Marcus Burnett for his wife and Mike Lowrey for the witness. So I don't know if
which kind of proves my point that Martin is doing more in the movie.
Yeah.
But based off of
the story's driven behind Will.
That's what I'm saying. And the reason why and the screen time statement, that's because he's supposed to be on screen. He has to be visible now because Marcus isn't around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But once in the witness, he's with the witness the most. So
and that's why I think because Martin, like the stuff between Martin and Téa Leoni and the witness, like Martin has to be there in order for that stuff to work. And it makes the movie work. It makes that little kind of like flat part in the movie, you know what I mean? Like, you know, before we get to the end, like it works because Martin is doing it, right? Them as a team works because Martin is there. So I feel you like if Will doesn't have a relationship that kind of like puts the whole kind of like plot forward, but of the two actors, I feel like Martin is doing the much heavier lifting, maybe until the end when we get into the action stuff, and that's when Will gets to shine.
I think they had to do that though because you can't have the sex symbol dude there early.
Yeah,
if he's there early, he hitting it.
Exactly.
That's just what it is. Yeah, because she low key threw it at Martin.
Because right,
and he's Martin, little skinny.
He's a good dude. He's a great guy. That's funny. That's a good point. If Mike Lowrey was the guy that was they smashed it. However, I think you said if he was there that he would smash.
It would have messed up the plot.
True, but here's the thing. Or let's say the Bad Boys is literally there's no Martin. And there's only the love interest. There's only like the handsome cop dude, and it's just a cop and it's the witness. And they don't smash until halfway through the movie. Like on some Jason Bourne type stuff, so it's a way you can write it to where he's not smashing.
But I think they made it a point to have the comedic relief come from Martin.
And that makes sense too. I don't know if this is Martin's movie by himself.
I think when I think of Bad Boys, I honestly think of both of them. I never think of one or the other.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody let it.
It's not like
it's the movie.
It's balanced. Yeah, it's definitely balanced. But it's not surprising that Martin was attached to it first. Right? Like, you know, like if that is chronologically what happened, that Martin was the first one attached to the project and that Will was the add-on. Because Will, I think for everything that we said, was not the obvious choice to be in this film. Ooh. I mean, you could have gone you could have gone Wesley. Like Wesley would have been a great choice. He was doing action during that time period, right? Like you know, and is known for being a little bit more action. So I don't know if Will was the obvious choice, the perfect choice for it, for sure. But I don't know if he was the obvious choice, especially in hindsight.
Will and I know Wesley and Martin. That's crazy.
It would have worked because Wesley does comedies very well.
No, Wesley's great. Wesley he's a professional.
But would he have been you remember this in the 90s, would he have been the sex symbol that Will was?
Wesley was the sex symbol. Before.
Not like Will, but yeah.
In 95, who was the sex symbol? Will Smith?
Denzel was.
Denzel, Will Smith, or Wesley Snipes? It would be Denzel, Wesley Snipes, then Wesley was doing his thing.
When was Mo Better Blues?
Ooh, good question. I think it's before 95.
Let's see.
Mo Better. I'm gonna do Mo Better Blues soon. I like that.
Oh, I love that movie.
Okay, so Mo Better Blues comes out in 90.
Yeah.
So by that time, he had already did. Wesley did a lot of stuff already.
Yeah. But Wesley Snipes was he was one of the sex symbols. It was Denzel Washington, of course. What Denzel?
I think this movie does.
When did Chestnut take over?
Good question.
Because he wasn't a sex symbol, Boys in the Hood.
He was not.
It wasn't until Best Man.
Best Man.
And Chestnut never went mainstream.
Right. He
Not-
only did black movies.
He did Under Siege too, but like he wasn't.
He didn't cross over. I mean, I think this movie works because Will Smith is the crossover. They're both kind of crossover stars, right? Like like I knew a lot of like white kids that was watching Martin and thought Martin was hilarious and watched You So Crazy, but like this movie becomes what it is because Will Smith is the crossover star, and again, it's right before he's about to have maybe the greatest 3 or 4 movie run that any actor has had.
And Men in Black, and
he was on fire.
He was on fire.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. So these guys, the cops, the precinct gets robbed, all this heroin gets snatched up, and now Internal Affairs is kind of like getting ready to blame an inside job. So now Marcus and Mike have to go find out exactly who stole his heroin. And Mike Lowrey, being the player that he is, he got a couple homegirls. He got one girl in particular that's like the sweetest prostitute in the world.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That's what she was.
She's at the gym.
You
don't even notice that she's a prostitute.
At the gym, nice. She has such the energy of a school teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's so sweet, but she's a prostitute. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even realize that.
Man,
that's how them high-priced prostitutes be.
Yeah,
that's why they don't even call them prostitutes. Why they call companions?
They call them companions.
Yeah, because they're that good at being that friendly and that affable and that in demand. Like you know, you put her in the room with anybody,
they're gonna feel comfortable.
They're gonna feel comfortable,
right? So he gets her homegirl to this snoop around. There should be some ballers in the city now that all this heroin is out. So this randomly Hey, ask a few questions, and there's gonna be some ballers at some nightclubs that you're gonna hang out with, and she happens to run into the exact guys,
right?
Which is I get it's a film, it's a movie,
yeah.
It's not by accident; it was by on purpose. I wish in that part of the movie, that part of the plot would have been like they had a tag, they had a lead, and she went to go find. She put herself involved with these guys.
It makes sense because they made it a point to show that he stole one.
Yeah.
When they stole all the heroin, he put that one in his little. So they made it a point. They set it up early to make a point like he's taking this one to do whatever he's gonna do.
Remember when she went to like the madam's house and she was like, "So, do you know of any guys that might
she was
look
like,
at the party?"
Yeah,
you know what? This guy
it was very SVU-ish.
That's what I'm saying.
It was very.
This guy calling every 2 hours looking for some girls. It was fast, kind of convenient, as opposed to there's no real work to be done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
they had to get her killed.
Huh? They had to get her killed.
They had to kill her.
Yeah, they killed her off quick fast.
That's a little plot holy. And then not only that, like would she really bring her homegirl who's not a prostitute to the client meeting?
Yeah, that was weird.
Like that seemed
especially when your cop friend, boyfriend, whatever you call him, cop lover, is the narcotics detective.
Right.
He deals with murder. He shot people. He's hey, this is serious. And I need you. Basically, she's an informant.
Right.
Yeah. And she's on this leisurely.
Some civilian in there, like, come on,
right? Come on. I don't see that. That's
in her defense. She probably thinking she's been at 1,000 parties.
Most of these guys
gonna do some drugs and then try to smash. Like she'll just be a fly on the wall. And she'll report. She's not thinking it's dangerous as hell. Like
they didn't know it wasn't a party.
Yeah,
they probably thought they were going to.
Well, I mean, it was a party until the other one showed up.
Well, it was just a 3-person party. It was him. It was supposed to be him and her.
He was trying to have a good time,
right?
Which is heroin the drug for that. By the way, why is he doing?
Yeah,
that's like you ready to smash, and he just lean over. That's not
heroin.
Smash drugs.
But that's kind of what she was saying. She was saying that like, come with me because this guy is going to be so fucking coked out,
right?
That we're going to be able to get in, get our money,
coke,
and get out.
That's a party drug. Heroin though, he's sitting there. If somebody breaks out a spoon at a party, you're gonna be like, "Hey man, what's your problem?"
What are you doing?
Yeah,
hey fella, I'll see you tomorrow because you're gonna be gone. You won't be here anymore.
Right.
Yeah, man. So, old girl, her name is Max. She gets blasted because she's hanging out with this dude that he took a brick of heroin. He stole 2. And so the boss comes because she's a witness and kills her. Her homegirl's using the restroom upstairs and witnesses it. And now they chase her down.
Was that a hotel they were at or like a big mansion?
They were in a suite,
like a villa or something?
It was the Al Capone suite.
Right. Okay, so that's why he used the pillow. Because I'm like,
Mhm.
and can't nobody hear you? Why you use the pillow?
But yeah, I mean, but another plot point. So they use the pillow to discreetly kill her,
Right, but then
just blast
the
him.
entire room.
They
Right.
blast the guy with reckless abandon,
And then shoot all, when they're trying to get old girl,
Yeah.
they're just shooting all. I'm like,
Yeah.
that doesn't
Right.
make sense.
Yeah.
She hops. How far up was she?
Okay.
She jumped
and how did it get dark so quickly?
Yeah.
Right, like
in the middle of the gunfight.
when
Not
they-
gunfight. The gun
Yeah.
chase.
When they
Immediately.
walk in, it's obviously daytime.
And
right?
not dusk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not dusk.
Not
It's
dusk.
about
It's about
4:45.
It's
3:30.
mid, it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
They're-
everything, it's pitch black.
They're in the house for like all of maybe 5 minutes before the shooting happens, and it's nighttime. That was a continuity flaw.
And then when she jumps in the pool, which fine.
Mm-hmm.
But she jumped in the shallow end. The
She
stairs
jumped in
are
the
right there.
shallow end.
That's the shallow
That's
end.
another
She's
Both
breaking
the
her
hip-
knees,
Yeah.
ankles. She
Yeah.
didn't jump in the deep end,
Yeah.
which is
Nah.
very plausible. You,
Right,
you
right,
could do
right.
that.
jumped off the
But
roof.
she jumped
into
off the roof
shallow
into
end.
right by the stairs,
Mhm.
got up, and was gone before they could even look down.
Yeah.
I
This
feel
girl's
like-
a goddamn Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bad Boys was very influenced by Lethal Weapon. You know, they jumping out of windows in the
Right.
pools,
Well, action
Yeah.
movies are ridiculous.
running down the street with your shirt open, Mel Gibson style.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just for the record, I was there and here for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things I'm breaking them down. That's what we do on BlackBusters. We
Right.
break down
Mhm.
the small nuances and
Right.
It's nitpicky.
yeah, nitpicky. But
It's
I
nitpicky.
I didn't care. I was just waiting to see what was going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll be honest. For me with action movie, and it's a me problem.
Okay.
It's a me
Mhm.
problem. I'm always like this with action movies. Instead of just like I know this is going to be ridiculous, I'm always like that don't
would
even
never
make
Doesn't
sense.
make any
That would
sense.
never happen.
Yeah.
I have. That's why I'm bad at watching action movies because I'm
Yeah.
always like this is
You can't.
ridiculous.
What's the phrase? Suspend the belief.
Suspend belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always
That's-
go
you-
into
that's-
like,
I mean,
ridiculous.
you've got to believe that like more Americans than you give credit to are walking around with one punch knockout power.
right.
Right.
You can hold a helicopter with
Yeah.
one arm. And
Yes.
Mhm. That like you've got to believe that people can pretty much function at like 98% capacity after being shot. Right? Like, you know,
Yes.
it's just
You
like
got to believe you can have shootouts everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And nothing happens. They just
Yeah.
go. They just go home after that.
If I'm not mistaken, when Will went on his own to the madam's house to see what's up, and the little goon was sitting there with a sledgehammer, did he hit him with the sledgehammer?
I just remember he goes
And-
through the window.
And
but I
knocked,
remember,
that's what I'm saying. It was kind of, but I saw him swing,
Mhm.
and we the next thing you know, we see
yeah,
Will Smith
where did
go
he
through
get
the
hit?
window.
I don't know.
And then the next morning, when he's in the cop car, when he reunites with Marcus,
Mhm.
he's holding the back of his head.
That's right. So you got hit in
Yeah.
the back of the head
With
with,
a
a
sledgehammer?
sledgehammer, and all you need was a little ice. You have a concussion, sir.
You might
Yeah.
be in a coma.
You might be internal bleeding.
Yes.
for sure.
You're
Like,
and then
Yeah.
you go on to have the next few days. You're
Oh, yeah.
car
Mhm.
chasing,
He's
running
fine.
around.
Yeah.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah.
you
You have a severe
died 4
headache.
days
Yeah.
later.
You're
But-
leaking.
But
from
like
the
you
head.
said, it's one of those things. This is one of those movies where you just buckle your seatbelt and
He
go,
was holding the
I'm
back
I'm on it. But I got hit in the back of the head with
Yeah,
a
the ice
sledgehammer.
pack.
sledgehammer. That's
Like,
just a scratch.
ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, it's like a pack of frozen broccoli on his back of his head after a sledgehammer hit.
A sledgehammer.
Nah,
Not even a
Uh,
regular hammer, a sledgehammer.
not even like
That's
a
as big as they
punch.
come.
Right, it was huge.
Doesn't get
Right.
any bigger than that.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh
it's as
man.
big as they come. Man, so now, let's break down the character. Marcus is Mike is the smooth, soft, this rich,
Yeah.
trust fund baby. You know, but he loves his job and he does his job good. Like he's willing to do the dirty work. He's
got people in the field.
yeah.
He's got informants.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now one thing I want to mention I want to bring up, I don't think anybody has ever thought about this. You know how I feel about certain people personally. Women, not women in particular, but in this particular film, I'm talking about a woman. Mrs. Burnett.
Teresa Randall.
Teresa Randall.
Bro.
Uh-huh.
And in the movie, she was Teresa Burnett, too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As a
I
married
watched-
man,
Go ahead.
she pissed me off the
Come
entire
on, bro.
movie, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro.
The entire movie.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The entire.
And-
He's
Mhm.
begging for sex
Yeah.
from his wife the
What?
entire movie.
Yeah.
And
What?
I was like, part of me, I was like, I wish he was cheating.
Man.
Because you clearly don't want to fuck this dude.
Yeah.
And she complained. She didn't do it because she complained because my first time getting to sleep with you in the bed in I don't know how many weeks.
Yeah.
So you finally got him at the crib. If you don't slide on this nigga,
Like,
if you don't get it cracking, What are you talking
Well,
about?
the kids. First of all, as a father too, the way them kids busted in the room.
Yeah.
My kids knock.
Okay.
Like it's a black home.
Okay.
These kids, what black home you know where you could just bust in the room?
walk
Hey,
in.
that's
And not only that, the breakfast
With skates
the kids
on-
was
with
had
skates
skates on.
on
I
in
was
the
like, what
house.
black home
I
is this?
wish.
What black home is
I
these
wish.
kids were
Clearly,
running wild.
she's a bad wife and a bad mother.
And they made him
Let's
bad.
just establish that
They made
right
him
off
a
the
bad
bat.
father because there was a time where he was talking to one of the sons, and the other son came and slapped him in the back of the head and ran off.
Mhm.
He was like, "Mom, he hit me." He ran off, and he just watching them do it.
Yeah.
Bruh. Come on, man.
That was not a black home.
Not a black
at
home.
all.
But
That was
George Gallo,
Michael Bay's direction.
George Gallo wrote it. Michael Berry and Jim Mulholland.
Mm-hmm.
These guys clearly
Are jacking off and they get
Yeah.
none from their wives. And that's why they put that.
right.
No, we're going to rate this. She's going to see. I'm going to be
Right.
passive aggressive about
And
it.
so even more than her not giving him no buns, he's a police officer, a detective. He's not a
Right.
foot cop. He doesn't work a
Right.
beat.
Yeah, he's narcotics.
He's narcotics. He's a
Life
detective.
on the line. If
Life
anything,
on the
give him
line.
some.
yeah.
He might
And
not never
she's
get it again.
complaining. I'm assuming, I don't know how long they've been married, but their kids look to be at least 8, 10.
10.
You know what I'm saying? You've been knowing this dude for a long time.
Let's say 12.
Let's say 12.
Yeah.
Okay, at least one of them. You know he's going to come home late. You know this about him. That's why you married him in spite. So you can't complain about him coming home late all the time.
Low key, longer than that because remember, he had an afro in his academy
on,
pick.
bro.
So you've been
Come
with this
on.
dude
Yep.
since forever.
And you giving him grief
you
about
done
well, you
locked
should have
up on
said,
him.
you know what, you're in the police force, and I don't know if I want to marry a man that's going to be gone that long.
And then, you know what? And I'm not trying to come down, but you
Come
know,
on,
it's
do
a
it.
fictional character.
Yeah, come on.
Not only are you not taking care of him, you obviously ain't taking care of the house. Like
That's
you
what I'm
said, the
saying.
house was messy.
Yep.
The kids running. Pick a struggle.
Yeah.
You either not gonna smash me, or my
Right.
house is gonna be
When he was
immaculate.
reaching for the alarm clock,
It's stuff all over the place.
I said, what kid stuff? Toys and shit.
Yeah.
What
Come
you doing,
on, man.
So I'm at
She's-
work
she's-
risking my life,
She's trash.
and
She had there was all pools and like bikes upside down.
when he fell out
outside
outside the house, it was
Yeah.
I said, come
disgusting.
on, what are you doing?
She's not keeping a good house.
And not smashing.
Right.
So
and
what
not
do you do?
smashing.
What do you do?
What do you do? And
I'm
I'm
saying-
speaking, you know, like, because I couldn't, now that I'm grown, I get more upset because I can't relate to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and the wife, he gets it, and we 10 years in.
Come on.
And we still doing it like we 16-year-old
Amen.
children.
Amen.
Like,
Right.
I'm like,
So
bruh.
much. Yes,
Right.
sir.
And I'm out late.
And you
I'm on the road a lot.
right, exactly.
And we do it more because of that.
Come on,
Like, she's like,
man.
you leaving for 4 days? We gotta, you know what I mean?
We gotta drain ourselves out.
Yeah,
real
the
quick.
day I
Yep.
get back, she's like, you been gone. Like,
Let's
let's
get
get,
it cracking.
it in. She talking about, you been out.
Yeah,
Skates
you've
on the
been out
kids.
here as if you don't know what he does. And then what fucked me up is how he lied about him going to Cleveland on work.
Like, why?
Hey, here's the thing. We have a witness, a murder witness. Okay. Not only is my best friend's friend get murdered.
Yep.
Her best friend got shot at and jumped out of like 8 stories or 4 stories, and she's on the run for it. She's a witness.
Yeah.
I'm protecting her. I'm not going to Cleveland. I'm here. I'm downtown Miami, and I have to do this.
It's just evidence of how much grief she must have been giving him about everything.
I
him to
said, damn.
For him to, you know, he has to make an excuse for, I think, everything
That killed
to
me.
avoid pissing her off.
You're lying?
Yeah.
she was
About
horrible.
work?
Yeah, she's worse.
She wasn't
worse.
a good.
And I like the actress, which is
Oh,
why
yeah,
it
she's
sucks
dope. She's dope, yeah.
You know, to
The character was
yeah,
trash.
the character
Yeah,
was
and they wrote her like, and then she pulled up to Mike's house,
Right.
saw the girl.
Mhm.
It's assumed he was cheating,
Soon they was having some orgy type thing.
Yeah.
She didn't even assume.
and she.
But
wouldn't
his
even-
dumbass fumbling, it's not. They never once said in that scene. Neither one of them ever just said, "This is a witness." They both just fumbled.
No, he
just
did. Remember,
scrambled.
at the end, he did. After lying, after stumbling, she said, "All right, baby, she's a witness," and she was
Right.
like, she just walked off.
Because he did all that.
She's
It's not what it looks like.
everything-
He did too
Yeah.
much. Like, but you know what's crazy? Even as annoying as she was, and that scene and all that, it tracks because, yeah, we can sit here and talk about how smooth our marriages are,
Mhm.
but most people That's how they should be.
Man.
Just dramatic, unnecessary, lack of communication.
Come
so
on, man.
it actually
No trust.
makes sense. Because a lot of people are living like that.
Very true.
Yeah.
So
true.
it makes sense that I could easily go home and be like, hey man, listen, I gotta do this. Bet, do your thing.
Yeah.
When we get back, you know what I mean? It's,
Right.
But most people, you go to any bar in America, it's some dude drinking like this bitch. You know what I mean? Like
Afraid,
some
mad,
girl out of her. You know what I
dreading
mean?
going home.
It's and what's interesting that you bring up such interesting points because I've met guys who have said, me and my wife just don't have sex that often. But I've rarely ran into one that says she just won't give me any.
That's crazy.
That she's
Really?
not giving me any. I'm asking for it, and I'm like locked out. Right? Like
That's crazy.
that's
Wow,
That's
bro.
ridiculous.
So how do you? I just feel like this.
How do you go to work like that?
How do you go to work? How do you?
That's probably how he goes to work.
Yeah.
I'm killing everybody I see
Right.
because I'm frustrated.
How do
it's
you
probably why he's so upset.
Right.
Right.
How do you expect? As first of all, super selfish. Even if you don't feel like it, you might not feel like it today or tomorrow, but the third day, come on, you gotta take one for the team, and you the team. You have to. Vice versa, man has to.
yeah.
So like,
And even though you don't feel like it, you might feel like it.
right?
Once you get into it.
Right.
Nah,
I mean,
for sure.
my wife told me one time, this is before, she's coming off kids,
Yeah.
so they go through all them
Of
changes
course.
stuff like that. And she said, sex is like going to the gym. I don't always feel like it, but I know I
Yeah.
need to.
I'm telling you.
And once I do it, I always feel better. I'm
Right.
like, yeah, let's hit the
Big
gym.
facts.
Yeah.
You
Big
might not.
facts.
I don't always feel like it.
Every
Man,
time.
But
I
once
was
we
with
in
my
the mix,
wife,
I'm like, hey.
we always say, why don't we do this more frequently?
yes,
Every single time.
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome.
right.
That was like, why don't we do this all the time? Right? Like,
I'm gonna
it's
keep
true.
it 100. When you are as busy as I know you are, and I know you are, and I am, it's like my mind. I noticed when I was just doing comedy and I was working another job. I was either a personal trainer or 100 pounds ago, back in the day. I was a substitute teacher. I had a 9 to 5. Once I left work, I wasn't thinking about nothing else. I left my job at work. It's impossible for me to come home and not bring my work with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For what I do. As a comedian, you're always writing. Whether on pen, in your phone, on paper, in your phone, or in your head.
or in your head. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my mind is always thinking, is always doing this. And I'm not always in the mood. I'm always in the mood for my wife. If she wants it, I got her. Let's do it. I've never denied my wife. Unless I'm like, on my way out. I'm literally about to go to work.
That's
And
literally that just happened. I was like, I gotta go shoot this thing. She's like,
Man.
man, I'm like, yo, I'll be back. I was like, we gonna shoot an hour. I'll be back.
I'll be back. I'm not going for long.
I'll be back. Just
I'm
hold
like,
it.
right.
I'll be back.
Hold it. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
So, and my wife does that. She'll be like, no, before I get out of bed to jump in the shower and get dressed and head out, she wants some. And I'm like, okay, well, what? I've been in bed talking to you for like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Why not? But I didn't know you was going to leave. You knew I was leaving. Okay. Anyhow, so I'll come home and do my thing. But I never denied, and she never denied me ever. You know what I'm saying? If anything, she wants it more, which is always a good situation when so you don't have to like pull teeth from your woman.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
You hear that complaint all the time.
I feel
too.
bad for dudes that, you know what I'm saying?
They always say you never initiate. You know what I mean? They be
That's
like,
crazy. Right.
Which makes Martin's character, this is what makes it even more egregious.
Buster.
It's one thing to be like, to have it happen. Think about how long it must have been happening for him, for everybody to know.
Well,
Right.
forever because they had kids.
Yeah.
So once
had
that
kids.
most people once they had that first kid, I'm a mother now.
Yeah.
That's all I am.
Yeah.
I'm a mother.
Like, Ja, think about how tragic it has to be for you to know that, like, Tone's wife won't smash him.
Dang.
Like, think about like how
I'ma
many
handle you
episodes we
differently.
have to go through before I finally had to be like, I need to tell somebody about this, right?
Yeah.
Like, and everybody knew. Like, everybody knew what the situation was. Even the Guido, coworkers knew.
Yes.
Everybody knew.
Right. The coworkers do.
That's
bad.
foul. She's foul for that.
And so, I know we talked more about the characters and the personal lives more than the plot of the film, and that's fine. But here's the thing,
but they made it a point though to point out Martin's
it's part of
personal life.
it's part of the movie. It's part of the movie. And it became part of the plot too.
Yeah.
Hence Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett having to switch. But there was a time where they were driving and Marcus just started clowning Mike for no reason.
Yes.
Talking about you trust fund baby, you know what I'm saying? Playing cop. And all that.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro,
That's based on what's going on at home.
Misery, bro,
Yeah.
why you messing with me, bro? I'm a good, you my partner, first of all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a good cop, you know that, but why you
just
grabbing at me
lashing out.
because that at home ain't right for you. There's a lot of stress at the crib. You frustrated. And you jealous of him because he got all the ladies.
He got the ladies. He
All
got
the money.
Yeah. He chilling. He living. He's like, I want that.
How can I hurt him? How can I jab at him?
That is 100%. Whatever
He's
Marcus's
angry.
beef were with Mike had very little to do with Mike.
In the first one, for sure.
Maybe
as they went on.
of course. Sister and all that, yeah.
But in the first one, he's really frustrated with his wife.
Yes.
So all of his interactions with damn near everybody stem from that.
Right.
Even the lieutenant was like, bro, if you don't go over there right now and tell this witness that you're Mike, you won't see your wife for a month. He even knew. He used that against him.
Yep.
He made Mike go over. He made Marcus go be Mike. Because the witness won't see anybody, you know what I'm saying? She won't trust anybody but Mike. He had to go over there and impersonate his partner. And which is crazy. And he's just trying to get home to get some buns.
That's it. That's all. He even said, I have a better day at work when I get some before, like,
right.
I just let me something, like, it ain't gonna take long.
It ain't gonna take long.
Like,
it's been a long time. I promise you, it won't take long.
And the way she slid on him and passed him. And then we get like
I thought they were gonna smash.
And you tease him. Come on, now.
That's she wasn't the best wife, man.
Nah,
she wasn't
the whole time, the whole movie, the entire movie,
up until the point
until she got shot at.
She had to get shot at for her to be like, "I love you." I'm a cop. I do this. I'm not a ticket cop.
Right.
I'm a detective. It's folks out here that want me dead. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting here talking about, you gonna run up on me at Mike's house thinking I'm doing something crazy. My job is,
if he was low key, I'd be like, I get it.
Yeah, man.
If he was, I think that's why she went up there, because she knew she wasn't doing her job.
Right.
She knew she was trash. And she was like, he's definitely cheating. Why wouldn't he be? Because here's the thing too. Here's the thing. Let's just keep it 100. They be knowing.
They be knowing when
when they on some fuck shit, bro. They be knowing, and they be talking to their little girl. I know. I got comfortable, and I gotta dig myself, because all about how they feel about it themselves. And blah, blah, blah. So she knew it, and she was like, he's definitely doing it because I've been trash.
Right.
She know that.
I've been trash.
She knows she's
so
been trash.
she's giving him the guilt trip because she's been trash.
Right.
That's crazy.
And she can't come out and say I've been trash.
And she never apologized, bro. The whole film.
She just said, "I love you." As she got shot at.
Yeah,
but she was under duress.
Right.
I love you. You shocked right now. You in shock.
Right.
And do we think she gave him some after the movie?
I don't think so.
Oh man,
I don't think so.
I want to hope.
Yeah, you want to hope that like Martin limped his way back,
right? And he got shot.
Yeah,
and he got shot. It's crazy.
Yeah, house was still trash.
Come on.
Yeah, and she still wasn't in the mood. Damn,
man.
But for you to bring that up though, because that's something I noticed, like as an adult.
That bothered me, bro.
It bothers.
As a kid, as a high school kid, 95. I'm in high school. I'm not tripping off that. I'm not like, this is dope. Gunfire, shoots.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how like looking at it with new eyes?
Oh, bro.
And looking at it with
I was irritated. I was like,
I get very irritated.
But that's what's so crazy. I know we've said this a couple of times, but I think it's interesting because it really frames everything Martin does in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right? Like we didn't notice it. Like at first it's like, why are they making such a big deal of the fact that he's not sleeping with his wife? But no, like his relationship with Taya Leone, his relationship with Will, his relationship with everything.
He's
angry.
He's backed up.
Spawns off the fact that shit ain't right at home.
So even when he went over to his house to confront Mike, thinking Mike was smashing his wife.
Angry.
Which is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. I do have friends I've known since elementary school, and I'm still close to some friends I met in middle school. I couldn't imagine the homie thinking I would smash his wife, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
Like how?
I'm like, bruh.
But he's so not in his right mind. Yeah. He like, well, somebody got to be hitting. She ain't smashing me.
I'll be damned if as a wife, if you're not giving your husband no buns, but you give his best friend some. That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, that's worst person in the movie type shit.
Yes, yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously. Yeah, I mean, like, that's how irrational this situation,
She was very irrational, bro.
Yeah.
Even when he was like, I got to go to Cleveland for work, she was tripping.
But even that scene, right?
I felt okay.
Even that scene, when she was tripping and Will tried to help. They was just doing so much fumbling.
Yeah.
There was everything was which lets you know that for all that time she has been a goddamn headache.
This is so
because
true.
Why is Will fumbling over this little thing, trying to help him? And Martin's like, just don't help me, just don't help. So they both know
because Will doesn't. Mike Lowrey. Let me get straight to the character. Does not fumble. He's smooth with his words,
and he's
he's in control.
My man is stressed out.
So if he's on eggshells. Right. That means that she's
been doing this a long time.
She's a tyrant.
She's
a tyrant, bro.
Yeah.
Remember, the reason why she didn't give him no buns in that first scene when they were in the bed because the kids were busting through the door, and she had to take care of them. She had to get them ready for school. And she wasn't doing that.
No,
they was running around skating and stuff.
She just didn't want to do it
in the house. I didn't know that we were going to dissect her
I had to
the way we did.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
But
I derailed y'all.
But I'm glad we did because it's
a big part of the plot.
It's a huge
part.
It
is. It ties into Martin's whole everything.
That's legit,
man. His frustration,
poor Marcus.
Yeah,
and I resented him a little bit, and I was proud of him too. That he didn't smash little pink toe. He didn't smash a white girl.
Yeah,
he could have.
He could have.
He should have.
I think he just wasn't into her.
He wasn't.
He like at no point did I feel any sexual energy.
Well, when Mike walked in, I did with Will Smith's character. Yeah,
but between Marcus and Max, no. What was the girl's name? What was Taylor Leone's name?
Now he didn't care about the white girl. I forgot her name.
Yeah,
but when that other chick showed up on accident. And she was there. He was like,
yeah.
So I think he just wasn't feeling.
He just wasn't feeling her.
But like, let's say,
and
girl,
she was annoying as hell. But
she was with the dogs on the furniture and all that. I felt him all the way.
Yeah.
But I feel like if that girl would have been that other girl, that one showed up naked, he would have been way more tempted. He just wasn't into this.
He just wasn't into her.
Like he wasn't.
She was annoying.
Yeah.
She wasn't listening.
She wouldn't listen.
You know what killed me? When they showed up to the club, right? Looking for the guy that killed, and she showed up too. And no one they know what she looks like.
Yes.
One thing
they tried to shoot him from far away through a glass in a crowded club.
Yeah. In a crowded club.
What are you doing?
And then after all that, the chasing, she blew the spot up right there for one. And then at the end, she was like, "Protective custody, my ass." I would have wanted to throw her off the damn bridge, bro.
Do you not realize what's going on here?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and when she calls the second shootout, it's like, you're the one making it hot.
You're the problem.
You're the problem.
You're leaving? You're just going to leave the house? No. First of all, if when it's all said and done, you was at Mike Lowrey's house, right?
Yeah.
And no one's ever came to bother you.
No,
you've been safe.
You've been safe.
You kept leaving the safe house and then getting shot at. You don't see the pattern?
Of course not. She's a woman. Why would she take out
accountability, man? I said, bro,
why would she do that? It's a joke, ladies. Relax.
And I'm thinking somebody, of course, you know what I'm saying? Right. Oh my God, no, he didn't.
No, they've already bashed that black woman. It's a character. We're all happily married. We love our wives. Relax.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, it was just unnecessary things happening for the two guys, and it shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Now in that scene too, another thing that didn't make sense. Right, she's the only witness.
Right.
So they just need to get rid of her. Why did they take her? Why did they just kill her?
Yeah,
in that
she
lobby.
Can't speak.
Yeah,
your whole job is just to get rid of the witness, and they took her as a hostage for what? Your whole point is to get rid of the witness.
Supposedly, remember he was like, "I'm going to keep her alive for the next 4 hours until I do the deal." But why?
But why?
Yeah, but why?
How's that? They coming after you anyway.
And the thing is that's not.
Oh, maybe if you come after me, if she's alive still, you won't just blow up this whole thing. You won't just ram
to keep her alive.
Yeah,
but they end up running through the thing, and it was a shootout of the deal anyway.
And it's almost like it's not their MO. Like their MO is like shoot first, ask questions later. Like when they decide to kill somebody, they kill somebody.
So and they changed it for her.
Yeah, they kill Max right off the bat
immediately.
Boom. They kill the dude in the crew immediately. Boom.
But now this girl,
now she's
the only one. That's the one that's the problem. The one that's a problem.
The last line of witness.
Yeah, she gets the pass.
Yeah, we're gonna keep her alive for a little bit now. You get rid of her ASAP. Yeah. Especially when in the lobby of Mike Lowrey's house, they shoot at her.
Yeah.
They were trying to kill her there.
Well, she ducked. They were shooting at Mike.
Will Smith, Mike.
Because they're not worried about her. She's not.
Yeah.
He takes his gun. They start shooting at each other. Marcus comes down there. So it's not. They didn't. She wasn't their concern as far as dying.
They snatched her up.
Yeah, they was just coming to grab her, which I don't know why.
Right.
Just kill her.
Makes sense.
Just kill her.
That's your only. That's it.
Yeah. What about? There's a part where, they were leaning on the suspect, the big ass blonde Toni Morrison looking dude that snitched and said and they were this. He wasn't even in jail. I mean, he might have been in jail, but I don't know if y'all remember this. But they were interrogating him. He was like, "I don't know anything. I know a name. I just know a name." Fauché or
whatever the guy's name. Yeah,
he gave up the main guy's name,
Right.
and they were just like they had him like by the collar. I'm sorry, and he just do this big. He's like probably 240.
Yep.
6'1", 6'2",
Yep.
and he just was crying like a little buster, and they wouldn't even like.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. As I get older, I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
This is a few scenes in here in this movie that
like the movie. The movie has to keep like the momentum of it,
Right.
kind of pushes it through plot points, things that don't make any sense,
That's action.
inconsistency, all that type of stuff. Because we got to get to the finish line.
Right.
So, like,
and to me, the movie is still good.
yes, it's
And
still
I'm
good.
forgiving a lot of things.
But see, what's interesting is I think most movies recently have tied that shit up better.
Oh, yeah.
Like the stories are tighter. Like in the 90s with some of these movies, it was just like,
Well, because
we're just gonna action our way to the
because
end.
it was coming. You got to think what they're coming behind. They're coming out behind the '80s, which is just blow up everything.
Just blow up everything.
Just you had Arnold, you had Sylvester Stallone, you had like everything was just blow it up, shoot,
Terminator.
blow it up, show some titties,
Yep.
boom,
Right.
movie.
Right.
Like, that's
Gotta show some titties.
that's the movie.
Right.
Another thing that doesn't make sense: why the lieutenant is being investigated, his whole precinct,
Yeah.
and he's shooting hoops
With a cigar in his mouth.
with cigars, and he's just shooting hoops one morning,
Yeah.
and he's really upset with the guys
Because he ain't getting none either. So
Yeah.
he just
It's
shooting
like-
hoop.
Yeah.
Why is he shooting hoops? Why is he hanging out, having a good time, like kind of enjoying himself?
Man, like the only thing I can take is that's his wind down.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
He was in there by himself.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like I think
True.
it's they do a poor job of like the stakes that they supposedly raise for Mike and Marcus.
Yeah.
They always, whenever somebody uses internal affairs, right? Like, oh shit, internal affairs. So they bring internal affairs. They never really explain why, if they don't find the dope, they're all going to lose their jobs.
Right.
Like
that's
there's
not-
no
Well, because it's inside job.
right.
But
But
that's
it's
not
just,
realistic.
but it's not
because
realistic.
No, you're not going to erase a whole precinct
No.
because, first of all, unless you find out who did it,
Yeah.
no one's guilty of anything.
Right.
Now it might look down. Maybe the boss might get demoted
Right.
somewhere,
Yeah.
get sent to Arizona or some shit. But like, no, you're not losing your job. You're yeah. I just say no. Maybe so they punish you by moving you to like from Miami to like
Dakota.
Delaware and shit like
South
that.
Dakota.
But they don't like establish like they kind of establish that Marcus and Mike are good cops, right? Like homie says, do what you do, just do it a lot faster.
Mhm.
So it doesn't make sense that like they feel as though they're going to lose their jobs, that like because this dope went up missing and they couldn't find it.
Right, and they didn't even they did that right away. They put so much pressure on them. It's like, I don't work down here.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't even here.
Like, yeah, why was it on them so much?
Like, it wasn't that any of you guys have an alibi? Yeah, I wasn't fucking my wife last night.
Yeah.
Right.
I was at home blue balling
I
it.
couldn't have been the one to pull this heist
Right.
off, right? Like, you know.
I'm not. You're not.
What do you work in
none
this
of them
department?
came in. None of them came in for questioning.
Right.
Like they're not in jeopardy. They were just throwing all kind of shit into the script.
Yeah.
Right.
Another thing. There's still so many things. They kept bringing it up that I think he got my license plate. So what?
Mhm.
Wow. I'm in my mind. Are they going to my house where my
Right.
wife and two sons are,
Yeah.
or 3 kids? I gotta go get my kids and my family out of that house.
You don't care about that wife right now.
Yeah.
See, that's
Ah.
he like, hey,
Fuck
man,
that wife,
listen.
fuck them kids.
Listen,
Yeah.
like, they skating in my house. They slapped me in the back of the head.
Yeah.
I ain't getting none.
They kicking my door down.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies,
I'm
he dies.
free.
Marcus
That's
was like,
funny.
what's that bitch's name that came by the crib?
Yeah.
What you
Yvette. What's his name, Yvette?
Yeah, what you hook me up with her?
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's just like then they were staking out the house when they were watching Marcus.
Oh yeah, they're gonna kill each other.
Yeah. Okay. Nah, y'all really the mob like that? The French mob or whatever y'all were.
Yeah.
Y'all get rid of these dudes fast and quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too much. Like he said, it didn't match. You start off the movie, but everybody got to go.
Everybody died.
And then no, they can fight in the pool. We can take her.
Yeah.
Like why the switch?
Homie's operation, Pochette, whatever he was so tight. Like
how they robbed.
Like if you think about
that robbery,
if you think about the heist was chef's kiss precise. Right. They killed a folk cop with no problem. Call it in. Super efficient. He knows exactly how many bricks are supposed to be there.
Right.
Everything is efficient. Right. They come find the guy. Right in the beginning. They kill him. They kill the girl. Like everything is so tight, and then they get hella loosey-goosey, for like the rest of the movie.
Even at the deal, he shoots the guy. He doesn't. So he don't play games.
Yeah. Right.
Why is he playing games with the cops and the girl? He doesn't play any games with anybody else.
Such a great point.
Like
such a great point.
He shoots everyone else in the movie.
Yeah, on sight.
On sight. Like no, he don't even negotiate.
No loose ends.
He pulls immediately.
This? They had a heist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the heist at the beginning of the film was flawless, very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they always have a officer or a detective in the surveillance room?
Sleepy as hell
Yeah. On the phone.
You know what? Honestly, though,
this nigga had the shit.
That makes sense.
He had to. Okay. Oh, you know what?
Have you ever thought about any job you've ever had like by yourself?
So convenient to be part of the plot, like him having the shittles because of the tacos.
Mm-hmm.
That helped them. Like
Right.
they didn't know that he was gonna have the shits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they came up behind him and stuck it with some kind of sleeping pill. They didn't kill him.
They didn't kill him.
Oh, and they said it because they would have had the whole police force on their ass.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like
they killed that other guy.
I guess he was a security cop.
Yeah, and they don't care. They don't.
But he was a
But
cop,
which one?
right?
The one in the beginning?
At the beginning.
Yeah, he was a decoy. You know what I mean? I think he was. I think they established that he wasn't a cop at all.
Oh, they did say that.
Yeah,
They did
like
say
he
that.
wasn't a
They did say
cop.
that.
He was just meant to be the decoy.
Yeah, because if they kill a dude in the thing, then it's like, it's a whole thing. So what they were trying to do was just be unnoticed.
Yeah.
So the heroin's missing.
But they,
it's gone.
It did all the tropes, like the late night security guard by himself, right?
So,
the flickering of the surveillance cameras,
Right. I mean, that stuff be making. I've worked jobs, and if I'm by myself,
Yeah.
I don't care about this goddamn job. I'm going
Right.
to bed.
So I'm asking. My question is, how realistic is Miami, a police department, a police precinct? The only person that you have to take care of is one guy inside the surveillance room.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Well, in that room, maybe
Because
you got to think how many people are watching that stuff downstairs.
The way
Like,
what
it's just
they
in there.
tried to do, they executed it poorly. Is they killed the decoy cop apparently to empty out the station.
Oh, that's right.
Right,
That's what
that
it's for.
even the guy,
That's
even
what
the
it's
guy in the
for.
desk was like, "Oh shit, I got to get out in the field too." Right, like, that's like
guy,
the theory. Like even like the desk guy is like, "Where's my gun?" Like they're shooting cops
But nobody's
outside.
hanging out. Nobody's hanging out. Even the ones who were up there. Let's say they didn't send everybody.
Yeah.
Let's say they sent. This guy's still doing this thing.
Mhm.
They're not going downstairs to the evidence room.
Mhm.
Like why? Matter of fact, if you're hanging out in the evidence room, you stealing.
yeah.
Like what you down there
Right,
for? Unless
right,
you're
right.
checking something out.
Right.
What you down there for?
Yeah.
Right.
So they have no reason to be down there. So it's just the guy. So that part makes sense.
I would love to know. Let's say L.A. A precinct that's up the street from here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know like, at 3:00 in the morning how many guards or how many officers are walking around the precinct.
Probably not a lot.
That's
If you
crazy.
think about it, probably not a lot. They go home.
'Cause
It's not a fire station.
Yeah.
Fire station. They
they
live there.
and they probably feel like the evidence lockup is a super secure place.
Right. Like who coming?
Like,
who has
who's
the
gonna
balls
come in?
to
Yeah.
come in here?
Who's gonna come
And
in
rob us.
and do this?
But what they came from the roof, right?
Yeah, through like this shoot. or
Yeah.
whatever.
But even still, but going back, like had no problem killing the guy that gave him the plans. Like murked him,
Yeah.
left his body out
Stabbed
to
him
rot.
in the hand.
Right, stabbed and left the body out. Right, so
The
like,
stink.
yeah,
Right. That part too. Martin, I feel like Martin's reaction was more legit. The smell of it, that Will was like,
Mhm.
this
He was
don't
like,
smell at all.
yeah,
Yeah, that's all he
He did
did.
it once.
He did
Waved
one.
it off.
yeah.
And then bodies stink. I've been
Yeah.
around cadavers. It
Mhm.
smells
Bad. It smells like it makes you want to
like
throw up.
terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he's grabbing the hand. Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Is he normally okay with this fucking with tampering with evidence?
Yeah, yeah. I thought about that too.
I was like
they
raw
were
hands?
grabbing shit.
Yeah,
and dropping it like
they
that.
really just
Chick remember he
trampled.
said, you hit me with a foot. He was moving the foot around.
Man, they trampled that crime
Fingerprints
scene
everywhere.
so
Yeah.
so bad.
moving his
his body, looking at you.
Never called it because Marcus wanted to call it in.
Yeah,
And Will was like, nah, let me touch everything
Yeah.
with my bare hands first.
that
Yes.
with my bare hands, exactly. Ridiculous.
And if we're under investigation, I don't want to touch nothing with my bare hands.
Right.
Why is my I don't want none of my.
Because they're like, oh, why are your
fingerprints.
prints here?
Mhm.
Why are you like?
We got a match for you at the such and such. How convenient that you guys were the first ones on the scene
Right.
for such and such and such.
Yeah, man. I don't
Without a
know.
warrant.
Yeah.
Walked in there.
It's just kind of snowballs, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just, it's fun action. The funny parts are great. I feel like the movie has aged well.
Yeah.
Like it's even though it's mid-90s, like it's still good. Martin is still very funny.
Mhm.
It's Will is still all the things that you like about Will, all the things that you kind of like about Michael Bay. This is his directorial debut. So he was just
Is
getting
it?
started. Yeah. Like so his run, he goes from Bad Boys to The Rock. Right?
The Rock is
dope.
amazing.
Rock
That was dope.
The Rock is
I wish that was a
amazing.
black film so we could do that one.
Man, that movie good.
So,
Yeah.
and then of course, later in his career, he gets into Transformers and all that shit.
Right.
But like, he was cooking, and the movie still works. Like
It
after
still
all
works.
these years, it's still the best of the trilogy
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
by far. It's just like looking at it through adult eyes. It's just a little clunky. It's just a little.
I can nitpick.
It's a little clunky.
It's definitely the best one because by
Yeah.
the second one, that's low-key when I like kind of tapped out on it. I was just like, this has gotten so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And then even it became like over the top.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even the acting and I'm like, all right, guys. Like,
I gotta watch it again.
even the end, this one, that's how you drive. Even all that was
Yeah.
like, who's talking in a moment like this? Like, who's you
Right.
better beat him?
Right.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we die,
So
or I can hit the brakes.
yeah. Let's slow down. You better beat him. Oh, that pep talk is why
Mhm.
I got through it. I beat him because of you saying
you,
that.
you were in my ear,
Right.
not
you
because I
for
needed
that.
to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And she had no seatbelt on in the back.
No seatbelt on.
She just leaning forward. Come on.
But it worked.
Let's
I mean,
go.
it was high stakes, high action. You forgot your boarding pass, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you have to have the cheesy.
Yeah.
Hasta la vista. You have to have the one-liner.
You forgot your boarding pass.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And then, but as nitpicky as we've been in this pod,
Mm-hmm.
it really is a groundbreaking film,
It's funny.
right?
It's
Like
dope.
it's
The action is good.
how many other dual-led black acting star action movies have we ever had?
Right.
Right? Like how many copycats of Bad Boys exist that aren't direct sequels?
Right.
So this movie was very important. We talked about it at the beginning. It was
Yeah.
very important for
Matter of
Will
fact,
Smith.
Is there any other ones
I'm trying to
with
think.
two black leads?
with two black men in a action movie.
Huh.
That might be it, bro. That's
Damn.
wild.
That's crazy.
Two black partners.
Two black parties.
And as far as the action in the first one, the action actually wasn't over the top. Like
No.
it was like good.
It was good.
Like it wasn't
It
like
was good.
ridiculous. It was
Yeah,
good action in that.
Aside from the
The pool.
8-story fall into the pool,
Yeah.
into the shallow end.
That's crazy. And I break a bone.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that Will kept up with that truck when he was chasing them with the shirt open.
Yeah.
Like I know he run, but
Mhm.
Yeah,
he
come
kept,
on.
even though the truck
Yeah.
stopped a lot and like hit stuff and like but his cardio was amazing. And he
Yeah.
kept up with that truck.
Cardio is crazy, yeah.
And let me just point out, just as another nitpick, I've never been a goon, but I imagine it's not hard to like follow the trail of a woman who was fully clothed that jumped into a pool. Like,
right.
I imagine
the wet-
Follow the drip.
I
Follow the
imagine
drip.
you could just go downstairs and just follow the water. To
Is
wherever-
that building that big? So that
It
by
looked
the
like it
time-
was big, so I don't know
Yeah.
how long would
by
it
the
took
time
them to
they
get down
downstairs,
there.
it's what,
She's out of
a
there.
minute and a half?
Right.
Is she in is he in Orange County now?
Yeah. Like
she in
it feels
Tallahassee?
like she could disappear, and with the boss being the type of boss that they
Yeah,
established him
I'm
as
not
being,
going back without her.
Yeah,
I'm
didn't
terrified.
It makes sense that they would jump too, right? Like, he seems like the type of boss to be like, we lost the boss.
How?
Blast, right? Like you guys are done, incompetent. So how she could get away after, jumping in the pool, I feel like
yes,
somebody they should have been able to track her down pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not seem that she'd be able to get away that far. She's got no purse, right? She's got no money. How does she give those guys the slip?
Right.
And then she just went back home.
And she went back to the crib.
She went back home. But they didn't know her, so they don't know who she is.
As for a Mike Lowrey, I would have told her the truth eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have sat here and just lied the whole time.
Oh, yeah. You talking about Marcus? I don't know why they didn't. Like we keep that for a little bit and actually.
Oh, you want to stay alive? I'm not Mike Lowrey.
And we only told you that because you wouldn't talk to us at first.
Mike Lowrey is literally, which is true. He's literally on the case. He just saw Max's body.
Yes.
He left and he's investigating the madam. He's on the job. My job is to come get you.
Yes.
I'm his partner, and if you can run off, you're probably gonna get killed.
And let me ask one more question before we get into some awards. Why was she important exactly to the police? Like, did she have
the witness?
But what does witnessing Max's crime have to do with getting the heroin back?
Nothing. They're now investigating a murder as well.
Yeah. So it feels like
well, no, because she saw who did it. So if she can describe them, they can run the database. You know what I mean?
And then find the people and maybe find. Okay.
She found the guy. That's him.
Okay. That's how they went to the club.
All right.
They left to the club to go get the guy.
Okay. But at first I was like, what? Like,
so let's
keep our focus, man.
John
like
Sally in there.
Yeah.
Yes, that's hilarious.
Okay. Let's get into some awards, right? We kind of burned through the movie. We love the movie.
We love the film.
Yeah, we just kind of like,
Hey, we nitpicking.
Especially now that I realize ain't no other black. Now it's like, don't you say nothing about no bad boys.
Yeah.
That's the only black I just we got.
How dare you? Who's the MVP? Who's the MVP of Bad Boys?
MVP. Ooh.
It's got to be Mike.
Mike's the MVP?
Or Marcus, right? Because Mike saved Marcus, who got hit by that car. He saved his life multiple times, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know what I mean? They had to talk to him. I mean, even though Marcus stepped in for a second, but like Mike was
okay.
I'm going Marcus because I think all of the best moments in the movie come with Marcus, right? I think like Marcus is the glue. He's the one that makes it all kind of like work and make sense. Mm-hmm. You need Will for the action for sure, but I think like Marcus makes the stuff with Julie the girl work.
Yeah,
Marcus makes the stuff with Bill Smith work.
Right,
like it's Marcus's kind of like presence that makes all of this like acceptable.
I hear that. I think Marcus might be the most valuable player.
Mm-hmm.
Mike ran off by himself, which is crazy to me.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that was goofy. You're upset. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
What did you go into the madam by yourself? Maybe you just want to be alone. Okay, but you're supposed to be doing your job. I'm your partner. I'm supposed to be going with you, and that's why everything kind of went downhill.
Right. Because had you been there, I wouldn't have had to lie. I wouldn't have to. You know what I mean?
I probably would have got some buns this night.
Yeah,
that night.
No, you wouldn't.
Probably not. Right.
Who's the LVP?
The dude,
John Sally. No, he did a good job.
Yeah. No, he's the one that. The other chick, I forget the white girl with blonde hair that worked at the precinct.
The one that eventually told.
Yeah,
because we didn't have to. Like, she was. What was she? She was like not.
She was dating somebody, and then he used to be a cop, right?
Yeah,
the guy that they blasted in the beginning.
Yeah, he used to be a cop, and she was dating him, and then
why did she have to date him for the crimes to be committed?
I don't know.
And for them not to be able to find them, I get it because she was making sure that he didn't.
And why did she only apologize to Will
and not Marcus?
Yeah,
or to everyone that's involved? She was just like, "I'll make it up to you." No, first of all, you're fired.
Yeah,
you're probably going to jail. You're going to jail.
Prison.
So what are you talking about?
Like, a lot of things happening with no realistic consequences.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And they had pictures of her, And that was like I think she alluded to in a cry that they had pictures of her.
Oh, they were threatening her.
They were going to send the pictures
for the police.
Yeah.
You're afraid of being embarrassed?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is 90s. It ain't like now where girls be like, yeah, I'm proud of it.
Yeah,
I get it. In the 90s, you know, women still
you work
had...
for the police.
Yeah.
Someone's just trying to blackmail you. You
just tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just go snitch.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to have you meet up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go meet him and you just arrest him there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I think LVP is Marcus's wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's they might have been able to solve this crime a lot sooner and more efficiently.
He wasn't stressed out.
If Marcus wasn't stressed the fuck out.
Yeah, she was whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
yeah, she was super whack.
All right. So in terms of fists, fists, how do we rank Bad Boys? 5 is an all-time classic. 5 Black Fists is an all-time classic. 4, 3, 2, 1, down to to none.
Right.
How do you rank Bad Boys? How many fists do you give it?
Okay. Based off, does it hold up? It holds up.
Mm-hmm.
It holds up pretty good. Based off what we just said about, I don't think it's been a 2 black male lead action movie if you excluding, like the Avengers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like an action movie with 2 black leads. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Right. And then the action was not over the top. It actually was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially given the times.
Mm-hmm.
You had 2 stars that launched 2 legends.
Right.
So I'm like, man, 5 is too high, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I give it 4.
4? 4 is fair.
4.
Because here's the thing. I use the word classic when I think of a dope ass album that plays, a classic album like Thriller,
Right.
like you just said, or so many other albums that are classics. This is one of those films that you come over to your homie's house and it's on, you're gonna sit down and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Martin's character, his personality, he's such a big personality. His performance, along with Will Smith, they gelled so well together. Even though we broke it down, we kind of pulled some chinks in the armor out.
Yeah. And
we kind of showed chinks in the script too. But with that being said, I was entertained. I enjoyed it.
They did feel like real friends.
Yes. Right. And I would say 4. A 5 is like a perfect film.
Yeah.
There was too many holes in the
like
in the
when we brought The Rock, I compared the 2 action ones. The Rock was
right.
Okay, so this is very interesting. Because I want to give this movie a 4. A 4 Black Fists.
Yeah.
But we gave Dead Presidents 4 Black Fists. And I think this movie is better than Dead Presidents.
I don't know about that one. Chris Tucker's acting alone.
I know. And we gave Chris Tucker praise.
I wish I would have did that one.
I'm going 5 Black Fists off of intangibles, right? Not based on the movie, not based on the size of the stone, but the splash, right?
Okay.
What it did for Will Smith, what it did for Martin Lawrence, its place in the 90s as an important film, right?
Right.
What it meant to me at the time that it came out, the fact that it has still aged well and is still an enjoyable movie. I think all of those things make it a classic. So in this particular instance, I take a different take from you. A classic doesn't have to be perfect, right? But I think it fits in that era of like these very important, like Menace to Society is not a perfect film, but we gave it 5 Black Fists because of its importance, right?
Amazing.
It's yuck.
So bad.
So
I watched it.
So I'm going 5 Black Fists for Bad Boys off the strength of what it meant.
I understand that.
Yes.
It was good enough for them to wait all these years to make a 3rd.
And here's the thing: when I first put Bad Boys on the list to do, it was a 5 for me.
Yeah.
And I watched the movie recently, and I was like, oh, okay. I started breaking down because of the script, because of the like certain holes in the plot. It didn't make sense, so that's why I broke it down to a 4. But I love I brought it up earlier. Well, we haven't done Rush Hour yet, but it reminds me of
That's classic.
Yeah, classic. So I say, I will put Bad Boys over Rush Hour 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's I think Bad Boys. I think Rush Hour might be a little funnier because it's
Definitely.
Yeah,
but it also had more crossover appeal.
But it also seemed kind of silly to me.
Oh,
too.
definitely.
Bad Boys seemed like a real shoot 'em up bang film. Folks getting their head blown off, and it's a lot of
It felt like legit action.
But Rush Hour was like a karate flick.
Yeah,
with some hood humor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But so I loved Bad Boys 1. I want to do Bad Boys 2 soon. I give it a 4 because but hold on. So,
the more we talk, because like when I put it on, like I watched it recently, and the wife was like, "Ooh." Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, "Oh, Bad Boys." She was already like quoting the lines.
It's one of those. It's one of those, right? Where it's just like it doesn't have to. Yeah,
people still say that.
People still say that. People still say, "Don't be alarmed, we're Negroes."
Yeah, don't be alarmed. Just need to brown some brown sugar.
Right? Like it's one of those where it's like,
Bad Boys.
Is it technically like the most superior?
You know
film?
what?
It's not technically a 5.
No, it's not.
But it's still
for the culture.
Yeah,
it's a black 2 black. Yes, okay.
If this was a regular film, I rate it 4.
Yes,
but for black, is the point of the show to break down black culture. Black, I give 5.
And I believe Martin as a cop.
Yes,
and I appreciate it for him. He's not just whooping ass all over the place.
No,
he was in the bathroom. He shouldn't have been able to subdue that guy, but he cheated. He picked up something on him. He picked up the toilet, the paper towel dispenser, and hit him over the head.
Even though he should have been all busted up and getting his head slammed to the glass and all that. But
so I was like, okay, he's I like him as a cop. I liked Will Smith as a cop. And a buddy black cop film, and it was good.
And given it's the only one, I'll change. You convinced me. I'm going 5.
I think that's the right place.
Yeah,
for it. Yeah, cool.
I dig it. BlackBusters, man. Bad boys. What you gonna do? Man, thank you so much, bro.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Yes, indeed. You'll be back if you want to be.
What are some of your favorite films?
Just in general.
I mean that you might want to.
Did y'all do 5 Heartbeats?
No,
that's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah,
so I can do that. Like I don't need to rewatch it. I can do that in my sleep.
I have to confirm with my partner, one of my close homeboys, who's a singer.
Yeah,
he. I want to say. I'm gonna try to bring it up to him and ask him.
Give him Temptations or something, man.
Okay.
American Jackson 5, American. 5 Heartbeats is my favorite movie.
Yeah, man. Shy guy. Come on.
Two shy brothers. Working JT. Like, man, that's my movie.
What color you want? That's my favorite line.
He said, "My office hours is 9 to 5." All right, classic. So you'll definitely be back, man. Thank you, brother Polly, man. Go check out his page, please, and enjoy yourself. He's hilarious, dope ass comic and actor and everything. Social media, and we all trying to get it cracking, man. And he's doing his thing. He's blowing up. Check him out to support, please. Brother Tone,
going home to fuck my wife.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel you there, bro. Let's touch hands before, because after my hands are gonna be filthy.
Filthy. I gotta clean later on.
All this talking depravity, I'm going to get mine.
Right.
It's Wednesday. It's hump day anyway.
Exactly. Well, yeah, man. Dope, man. Catch us next time on BlackBusters. I don't know when we're doing Bad Boys 2, but we will do it. But hopefully sooner than later. Love yourself. Be good or be good at it. We out of here, man. BlackBusters, Big Ja, and you were
Tone Lowrey,
and brother Keon Poley, man. Catch you next time. Love life, to the max. BlackBusters.